The smartphone world is already very competitive with so many products from different manufacturers, but the premium side of the spectrum has always been dominated by Apple and very few brands like Samsung and others. But that's about to change with this new smartphone from Tesla that is rumored to be the next big thing in the smartphone industry, as it could also be as influential as the original iPhone that was released way back in 2007. Hello guys, and welcome back to Entirely Elon Musk channel. Today we are going to discuss all details about Tesla's new P iPhone and how it can destroy legacy of huge Apple market. Not everybody can afford an electric vehicle from Tesla, and Tesla clearly knows it, which could probably be the reason why Tesla is focusing on building a smartphone, which most of you can afford, even though the smartphone will be competing in the premium category of smartphones. The Tesla Model Pi will definitely look quite futuristic with a lot of curvy design, just like what you see with Tesla's vehicles. But again, you could expect the design to be on the minimal side because that is exactly what Tesla is known for, right? There are rumors that Tesla smartphones might also work on Mars, which we think will just be a rumor because nobody has been to Mars so far. And if nobody is on Mars, you probably don't need a smartphone on Mars. You need oxygen first and food supplies to survive on Mars, and definitely not a smartphone. Or maybe Elon Musk knows something that we clearly don't know. So why do people buy iPhones? People keep buying iPhones because of the amazing marketing strategy of Apple. The iPhone remains the best-selling product of Apple by a significant margin, and the other products don't even come close. People make all kinds of logical explanations to back up their decision to buy an iPhone, but mostly for social status. The other advantage with the iPhone definitely has to be the control Apple has over their products, including the kind of processors that their phones use, which means that Apple's software experience is mostly really optimized, and so will be the battery life and the overall user experience. Apple is using their own operating system. Apple uses its own app store, and Apple is also using its own hardware and software. So Apple clearly knows how to get the most out of their device. And this is technically the only competitive advantage Apple has got over the competition. So many other brands try to recreate Apple's success with smartphones, especially Microsoft, because Microsoft decided to experiment with Nokia Microsoft Windows phones. When it comes to the Tesla smartphone, we know Tesla makes really premium products, and we could expect the same with their smartphones. Nothing has really happened in the smartphone industry, and by nothing, we mean nothing significant and revolutionary. Maybe we're just not noticing things enough because smartphone releases happen almost every week, and we often forget what the major changes in the smartphone world are. But it looks like Tesla is about to change all of that with their own smartphone. This is because Tesla's smartphone will be the first smartphone to have Starlink satellite connectivity, which is huge. But what exactly are we talking about? Well, for those of you who don't know, Elon Musk or the company, SpaceX, is looking forward to colonizing the Red Planet. But apart from that, SpaceX is also working on their Starlink project, which happens to be an ambitious project of SpaceX that will provide satellite internet to everybody on the planet, especially to those people who don't have access to a fiber internet connection or they have terrible internet service providers. So if Tesla is making a smartphone, we could definitely expect the smartphone to be directly linked with Starlink. Now let's talk about the design. The Tesla smartphone could be equipped with a Super AMOLED display with all those vibrant colors and deep contrast. That is definitely going to be a treat to your eye. When it comes to storage, you can expect about 1 to 2 terabytes of storage with more than 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the screen size is expected to be at 6.5 inches. You can also expect Tesla to make their own processor for the smartphone, or they might just partner up with Qualcomm for their latest and greatest smartphone processor. The Tesla Pi is also rumored to have a special coating behind the body of the smartphone that will shift colors depending on how light hits on the surface, just like what you see with so many other smartphones today. But again, most people will just slap a case on their phone because the Tesla smartphone will be competing in the premium end of smartphones, and you definitely don't want to break your smartphone. So you would be protecting your investment with a good case. But again, it's still a nice little design element with a phone. You'll also find a lot of current smartphone trends with this particular Tesla Pi smartphone, like multiple cameras, which will include a telephoto lens, a regular wide-angle lens, and also ultra-wide-angle lens, along with a macro lens or a depth sensor. You can expect Tesla to have some of the world's powerful cameras that are available today with smartphones, and Tesla might also use artificial intelligence to get the most out of those powerful sensors, even though we clearly don't have any clue about it right now. We will only get to know a lot more once Tesla actually reveals this new smartphone to the world. The Tesla Model Pi will also be using a solar panel to charge the phone, and we definitely don't expect the solar power to be behind the smartphone. Instead, Tesla could just provide the charger as an accessory that could charge your smartphone using solar power. Maybe you might have a power bank that can be charged using solar power, and that power bank will be able to charge your smartphone at super fast charging speeds. And it makes a lot of sense for Tesla to do this so that this smartphone is something you can take anywhere because you have the power of the sun in your hands. Literally. But the best part about the smartphone would definitely be the integration with your Tesla electric vehicle, and this will be the reason why so many people will be getting the Tesla phone for themselves. Right now, we already have smartphone apps for the Tesla vehicles to perform some basic core functions like locking and unlocking the car, controlling media playback, and even summoning the vehicle. But with the Tesla smartphone that is very well integrated with the Tesla vehicle, you can control your vehicle directly from the lock screen or via some external button, and you might even have Tesla smartphone exclusive features. There are other rumors that the smartphone could actually mine cryptocurrencies because Musk has always been so much into cryptocurrencies, and he was able to pump and dump so many popular cryptocurrencies, all with his Twitter account. And there is one more thing, and that has to be the fact that the Model Pi will be compatible with Starlink. Now, if you're confused about Starlink, or if this is your first time hearing about Starlink, well, this happens to be the ambitious project of SpaceX, which happens to be Elon Musk's space exploration company. And Starlink is all about setting up a large satellite constellation to provide satellite internet to everyone on the planet. But right now, the priority of SpaceX with the Starlink project is to make the internet accessible to those people who don't have the luxury of fiber internet connection, and also for those people whose internet speeds are quite laughable. Satellite internet makes a lot of sense, especially for those people who are always on the move, and you can expect an average speed of about 150 megabits per second, which is decent enough for most people. The phone's back panel will have a color changing design, all thanks to a special coating behind the smartphone's body that will change colors depending upon how light hits on the surface. Yes, this is not something new, but we need to wait and see how Tesla will do things differently. Most people might not even care about changing colors because we all use cases with our smartphones as we need to really protect them, especially considering the price point the Tesla Model Pi is going to sell for. We could expect the prices to start at $1,200 all the way till $4,000 for the top-end model. And most likely, the top-end model will be the satellite-powered smartphone. This means that Tesla is creating a new segment all of its own, and Tesla won't have any competitors in that space. So, if you want to own a satellite-based smartphone, especially a reliable one, your only option would definitely be the Tesla Model Pi. The Tesla Model Pi is also rumored to work with Neuralink. If you don't know, Neuralink happens to be this company that's all about developing ultra-high bandwidth brain-machine interfaces to link human brains to computers. So you can control your smartphone with your brain, which means you no longer have to depend on your fingers to control your smartphone or even your voice, because your mind is more powerful than you think. So that's all about Tesla Pi phone for now. Would you personally consider replacing your iPhone or Android for a Tesla phone? Let us know in the comments for this video, and I personally will reply to every single comment myself.